I'm in.
As long as I can throw a bowling ball down the lane, let's go.
More bowling stories.
I feel like I still have some years left in me.
Wow.
Every week.
This is bowling's heritage right here.
Live.
We're not playing how. We're playing how many?
Assert your dominance with the Packers.
I don't think there could have been too many better people than you yourself.
You know Cleveland's not a state, right?
Yes.
Governors, as we know, is not a state.
Let's do this. This is Bowling with the Faf.
And I feel like with our guests here tonight, I better get that out of the way right now. Governor's still not a state, but it is certainly a quality bowling program with a great head coach. And she happens to be on our stream tonight. We'll be talking with her and her husband in just a moment here. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bowling with the Faf, a platform for you to share your unique bowling stories live on our YouTube channel. We've got a couple of guests, two for the price of one tonight. A very interesting couple that I am always looking forward to talking bowling with. We're going to have them on in just a moment as we are kind of into the second round of qualifying at the 2026 Indiana Classic. Dom Barrett in the lead right now. Looks like he is plus 425 with Timmy Tan right on his heels at plus 413. Ryan Barnes behind him, Mitch Hoope, Bill O'Neill filling out the top five. So a lot of quality bowlers toward the top of that lineup, and lots to see coming up because that thing's coming up on Sunday. And here's our list. You know, Anthony Simonson got his win at the Illinois Classic in a really high scoring environment, needing a 10th frame double to lock up the win. He delivered, won 290-279 over Santu Tavanainen. The PBA site's researcher Eric Hartman in saying it is the highest scoring PBA Tour title match since 1994 when Brian Goebel defeated Norm Duke 296 to 280. The Indiana Open is on TV Sunday, 3 p.m. Wisconsin time on the CW. Well, after the telecast, we're going to find out the last two players on the rosters for USA versus the World next month. Those players will be the highest point earners among American players and international players after the Indiana Classic, those who aren't already in the roster, of course. Right now, Anthony Simonson and Graham Fa are in those positions. It's either going to be Simo, Patrick Dombrowski, or Brandon Bonta for the Americans, and either Fa or Santu for the World. Everyone else doesn't have the points, so they're mathematically eliminated. But the rosters for the teams so far are at the bottom of your screen. EJ Tackett, Andrew Anderson, and Ethan Fiore for the Americans, Jason Belmonte, Jesper Svensson, and Dom Barrett for the World. And here's what the format of that competition is going to look like on April 4th in Columbus, Ohio. Singles, doubles, and Baker team events. You've got Tackett versus Belmonte in the singles, and they'll choose the doubles team, and then everybody gets to play in the Baker team matches. That on April 4th, 1 p.m. Wisconsin time on CBS and Paramount Plus. Well, PWBA champ Caitlin Johnson will be taking one of America's most powerful college programs into the future. Earlier today, Weber International announced that Caitlin Johnson will succeed Del Warren as the next head coach of its bowling program. She has recently served as general manager of 3 different bowling centers, also won the 2023 PWBA Pepsi Open in Waterloo, Iowa as a non-member. She was a Weber bowler in her college days, earning 2 National Player of the Year awards and 3 first All-American honors. Weber cut its women's team in May 2025, citing budgetary concerns. In January, the school announced that Warren will step down from the head coaching position at season's end. He has been the head coach for 18 seasons, winning national championships, ITC national championships, that is, in 2012, 2019, and 2024. The team won in 2017, but the title was vacated because of an ineligible player. Big time live college competition returns to the channel a week from Saturday for the second consecutive season. Bowling with the Fef is where you can catch the Collegiate Club National Championships in Rockford, Illinois. Top-ranked club programs send their teams to Don Carter Lanes and make their way through a match play bracket to determine men's and women's national champions. It was Whitewater & Co. winning the top prize last season. Who's taking it all this year? Check out the live stream March 28th and 29th right here on the channel to find out. In the meantime, check out our Etsy store, etsy.com/shop/bowlingwiththefefco. Just put about 4 new designs on there, t-shirts and hoodies, available any time of day. Thanks to these Bowling with the Fef partners. Bullwinkles on North Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Leagues and tournaments for all skill levels on 24 synthetic lanes. Enjoy bowling, grab some Topper's Pizza, a cocktail or two, check out the arcade, Trivia Mondays, and more.
I'm looking forward to the Winkles Weekend Classic coming up in April.
Oh yeah, Randy, we are too. It's a flighted scratch tournament where you bowl against others of a similar skill level, plus a sponsored dinner, side action, and more. This first-time event is April 11th and 12th. Call 715-552-0565 for more information or register at bullwinklesbowling.com.
Bullwinkles is proud to be the official bowling center of Bowling with the Fef. Come check us out on Eau Claire's west side or visit us at www.bullwinklesbowling.com.
Chip Magnet Salsa, raise your snack standards. Go to chipmagnetsalsa.com and enter promo code BWTF2026 at checkout to score 25% off a purchase of $30 or more. Jerry's Score More Pro Shop. Call Jerry at 715-559-1822 for all your bowling needs. And Visionary Video Hub, video production plus live streaming, podcasting, and voiceover. Find out more at visionaryvideohub.com. Oh, we must have a doggy in the house. At least that's what it sounds like. If I can get my graphic down, there we go. They've each had their own show, so now I've asked them to come on together to share this thing. I really thought they'd be in the same video window, but the McDaniels have thrown me for a loop by being in separate rooms, separate levels of the house. Oh. And now one of them's just vanished. Now he's back.
He's trying to get the dog to be quiet.
He's been quiet this whole time. Hasn't said barked at all. Here we go.
Well, Murphy's Law. That's what happens. But you know, we are supporters of all things dog and cat around here. I've got 2 cats in the house, so I know how that can be. Hosan has already joined the chat. Wants to know if we're having barbecue here. And that he hadn't seen some of the news yet. Not sure which one you're referring to, but I'm glad to be able to break something to you. And hi, Melanie. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Hosan. Yeah. Maybe I can bring him some barbecue this year. Maybe.
Yeah. No, it's so cool. The that season where he was at every event, the affinity he has toward all the PWBA players. What's that like to see, Melanie, when you see all his comments on social, you see him really into the season when it's going on? That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really nice to have that that support. You have your family and those people that are closest to you. And I look at Hosan as one of my close friends. I talk to him multiple times a week. It's really awesome to know that you have that. Sometimes it's really easy to forget how much support you have when you're out there, and just knowing that you have someone who's constantly going to be there to support you and make comments on your posts. I love my husband, but I know he's going to do that, because that's his job, but having friends who do that for you and just that absolute support, it's so amazing.
All right, Ryan, you got to elaborate. What's this?
I mean, is it really my job? I'm here. Support. We actually get in fights about the support thing. I'm your husband. I want you to do good. When you do good, our family's doing good. Go do whatever you need to do to make your life better on tour. There's your support. And I'm not a hopeless romantic. I'm not here's your flowers, honey. That's not me at all. So I may not show the support like some of the husbands out on tour do, but again, she's like, hey, I'm gonna go practice today. Okay, cool. Or hey, I'm going to bowl a tournament. Cool. Just go.
All right. So, I don't want to get you in trouble here, but tell me what a Valentine's Day is like around there.
It's kind of a loaded question. I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, actually.
Okay.
I was at Northern Illinois when the shooting happened on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So ever since, it's just been kind of a weird holiday. But this year,
he shocked me.
I got her a gift, which is probably the first time, right? I think it was probably it's probably the second time. Got her a gift for Valentine's Day, but I mean, yeah, the small holidays, no, we do enough on other times, and we're busy. Like, it's so sorry.
I'm always at the Hoosier during Valentine's Day weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make do the best you can, and I'm sure that that kind of circumstance where one's gone, one's around happens with a lot of couples. Hosan says, Ryan, just don't forget your shoes.
Nah,
they're an inside.
I don't need my shoes.
Huh? Bowling shoes, street shoes.
That's her. She's the one that forgets her shoes. So I bowl. I don't slide, so I could wear whatever shoes I got.
Okay, you just plant and fire.
Yeah, I've had to learn to do that over the last couple of years because of the humidity, bowl in the summer and stuff like that. That's what I've been doing. So now that's where I'm at now.
I've become kind of a slide sock guy, and it's been really refreshing to see Simo wearing the slide sock on TV. Maybe he's just doing that, whatever, for our benefit. But
consistency.
Yeah, consistency. He says, good job, by the way. So at least there's some support in in Hosan's world. All right, so we've got to get into Born to Bowl. It was being talked about for what feels like forever. We're now finally into the first week where everybody's seen that first episode. It's either taken the time to watch, subscribe to HBO, rigged up some less than legal option to get HBO, or went to a friend's house to see it, or maybe not. But there are going to be some spoilers on this episode. I'll warn you right now, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, maybe this isn't the time to watch. You can go
plug your ears.
Yeah, plug your ears, head out, come back, earmuffs. Let's hear your first reactions. We as a bowling community, we all have such high hopes for this and whatever is to come after. So, upon seeing it, what'd you think?
Go ahead, Melanie.
I thought it was so cool to see my home center on the show.
Ah, okay. And that's Strike and Spare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like knowing that the name got out there, I thought that was really cool. But it's funny to see like the videos of them in the house, because it's just so real and raw. Yeah. And like I love that they continue to be themselves, and it wasn't like, it didn't feel as if it was like,
hey, hold on, I got a timeout for real quick. Dom Barrett just shot 300.
Oh, hey. All right.
Sorry. Continue on with your great story.
I just feel like it was very real, and it brought back a lot of my tour memories. My first year on tour, I roomed with 6 other girls in a house, and we had a lot of really great memories, like opening wine bottles with a butter knife and like just all those things. So I just thought it was really cool to kind of see how the guys do it, because obviously they're gone way longer than we are. And I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Ryan, how about you?
I loved it. I mean, I've known Cam for a long time, like back when he was in high school. I mean, I know his high school bowling coach, so that's kind of where I met him and knew him as a kid. So watching like that, I'm really interested to see where that goes. Just, again, I know the guy, but like now we're getting that inside look, so that's fun. Anthony Simonson might be my spirit animal on tour, because I love the aggressiveness. Like, and again, I've heard the stories, I've seen the stuff. We watched, I forgot which Facebook group does the fry outs and stuff, and we've all seen it. But I can't help but just laugh, because it's just raw, real stuff. Like, he's not trying to be fake, which there's a lot of that out there. Sure. I think it was fun to have Kevin Williams in there. Like, I've met him a couple of times because he comes up to the bowling alley with Cam occasionally when he's in town. And I don't know. I don't like the 30-minute thing, because I wanted more. Like, I felt like I was just into it, and then, dang, it's over.
Yeah.
Which, great. Attention spans aren't that long anyways. It's too easy to pick up your phone and start dilly-dallying on TikTok or whatever. So
sure.
But yeah, like Melanie said, it's cool to see Strike and Spare in there. Cam yells at Joe, which is great, and then Chris was in there. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I'm glad you brought up Kevin Williams, because on some level, he kind of stole the show a little bit, didn't he?
Oh my God, I was dying. What I don't even remember what he said. Something about the blue pill,
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. Get hard. I was dying, dude. Like hilarious stuff, which is great. Like that's what I wish bowling had more of that. Like people need to see that they're just guys that are out to have fun.
Yeah,
I think one of the biggest things that I tell people, more so like the local people that go out and bowl like regionals and that stuff, and they're like, oh my God, I'm bowling on the pair with this person. I'm like, they're just humans. Like, we're just people. And I think that this is going to help give that perspective a little bit. I loved seeing Kyle as a father, because that's a side of him that people don't see. I can't wait to see EJ's side of him being a dad. Like, I've known EJ since we were 14. I've known Simo since I was bowling junior gold. So I've known these guys for such a long time. So I'm really excited to kind of see how they've grown.
Yeah.
Quick story.
Quick
story. So we're in Vegas. This one's bowling team trials, and we go to lunch with this kid, Simonson, and whatever. We're just talking. I don't even know how old he was.
A long time ago?
Yeah, I think he was 16.
Okay.
He was younger.
Yeah, he might have been younger than that. He was just a young kid. I mean, God, we haven't been to Vegas. God, we were both not 20 something, 21, so 15 something years ago. And this Melanie goes, just know his name. He's going to be really good one day. And well, here we are. And he is in the top 3. He's 1A, 1B, 1C. Pick it. I don't care. He's not. You can't give him 1. You can't give him 2 or 3. He's 1A, 1B, or 1C.
Yeah. Every time Simon makes a show, I like to remind Ryan about how I told him that.
Shocker, right? Of course.
But that's cool that you guys have this, this institutional knowledge, the previous, run-ins and relationships with guys like Simo and guys like Cam and, EJ, the guys we're all going to see, because although, like you said, it humanizes them and all that stuff, and there is greater access to PBA players than there are to, Major League Baseball players and hockey players and all that stuff. We don't have that to compare it to. So that's got to be extra special, to see and be able to say afterwards, hey, this is how these guys are. They're not putting on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah. So Kevin Williams, the one time that I talked to him, I interviewed him out at I think it was the 2024 USBC Masters, if that was the one at Suncoast in Vegas. And he just matter-of-factly told me the right is walled. Yeah, I said it. so ever since then, yeah, I've had a little insight about what he's about, but I didn't realize that he does strike songs for 25 different players.
I thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, we didn't know that either. That was something I was like, oh, that's actually really smart.
Yeah. I think I had heard that he does Belmos, but oh my gosh.
You're right. That's a creative talent that I don't have. That's for sure. Yeah,
I think very few of us have.
Right.
But, yeah, combined with the bowling, that just, makes him that much more interesting on a show like this. I did kind of go fishing for some responses, got them via Facebook, a lot of positive comments, but Sarah Nygaard, who runs the Minnesota USBC, said, why did we need the troops dog scene at the beginning?
Real life, man.
It happens.
Right. Welcome to, they're recording your life. This is what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's a good indicator that, hey, we're going to get a lot of stuff. We're not just going to chop this up to the, the stuff that might make sense. It's going to be everything,
right.
Or at least as close to everything as you can get in a half an hour.
I did think it was a little awkward, but
it was. But I still laughed at it. I'm like, yeah, that's something that would happen to us too.
Sure.
I mean, look at the dog barking. We just started the show. Boom, dog's barking. Here's your reality.
Yeah. The other thing that I found interesting, of course, with Kyle kind of gaining most of the spotlight in this, he said something during the part where he was competing at the U.S. Open, something to the effect of, "I'm throwing it good, they're not falling." And I think that's something that, the three of us know can happen probably more often than not. But for the person who's just getting into us or not familiar with bowling at all, even, this is kind of what we live with. We make the best shots we can, knowing that maybe sometimes we're going to stone an 8 or stone a 7 or something that's out of our control.
Yep. That's bowling in a nutshell. You can only control what you want. Once the ball's out of your hand, you have no rhyme or reason at that point. You can only do all the things beforehand.
Sure. And Melanie, when you're in a high pressure situation on the PWBA Tour, I mean, does that weigh on you more than maybe the rest of us who shoot local tournaments once in a while?
I think the moment that pops in my head the most is my second stepladder. If I hadn't pocket 7-10'd in the first frame, like, it was a different match, right? Like, and I know I threw the ball good. I know I made a good shot, like, but that's just how the sport works. It's unfortunate, and but there are definitely weeks where it's like, gosh, like, why aren't the pins falling that way for me? I have a joke with the girls from Team Singapore, like, teach me how to shoot, have messengers like they do. They're like, we don't know. So every time I would have a messenger out and I was by them, I'm like, did you see that?
Well, if I'm them, I probably say I don't know either, because I'm kind of on a nice run right now and I don't want the competition to be gaining on me.
Right.
Yeah. Plenty of comments here. I want to start getting through. A motive bowler, who I believe is Rocky Harrison from Milwaukee. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Favorite bowling couple.
Oh, Rocky. We saw him at the LBC last year.
We did.
No.
Okay.
No more LBC. Sorry. For now.
Yeah. For now. Who knows? Brian Hirsch. Hello. I am sorry that I was late. Getting my hair did.
He's got about as much hair as I do.
That's I was lobbing it up there for you. I wasn't gonna say it, but I knew one of you would. Postman says, I wonder where I can find the show out of the US. That's a good question. I mean,
you can just message me on Instagram and we can video chat while it's on.
And just have it on in the background.
There you go. It's just coincidence then. But yeah, HBO and HBO Max, I know, is the place for those of us in the United States. I'm not sure what the what hoops you have to jump through internationally to see. Motive Bowler says, when Cam said Joe during the show, I thought Spicy was gonna pop out from the counter.
I did too. I wish he would have. It would have been hilarious. Like, just knowing Joe, just wave.
Who are those guys?
He's one of the managers at the bowling alley. His name is Joe, but they call him Spicy.
Yep.
How come?
He's known as the Spice Guy.
Yeah.
He's spicy.
Like, language wise, or
no? He just he's like he's my second wife, as I call him. And so he just you can tiptoe around some things, and then next thing you know, he's like coming at you, because he's just
okay.
He works at a bowling alley. You see the best in some of the best bowlers that come through, and then you see some of the complete opposite of that, and you have to deal with them the same way.
Yeah.
So, and I play golf with him all the time, and he tends to throw a golf club now and then.
Okay. Well, at least he's passionate about it.
Yes.
Brian says Simo is raw, and a lot of us that have been in this kind of knew that about Simo. We've seen that on TV. We've heard the the rumblings from things that have happened maybe when the cameras aren't on, but there is a redeeming quality about being yourself, being that passionate, and just wanting to win so badly that it consumes you.
Yeah, I think somebody like him, like there's a lot of people that try to do that, but they struggle to back it up. Now, that it's not a knock to those people. It's like, you have to believe in yourself So keep doing it. He's just one of the few, right? Very few that he can act how he wants. He's going to continue to win because he's that good, and some people call it cocky or whatever. Like, no, it's just pure confidence. Like, go watch the shows and we see all the winners, right? Everybody's excited, yada, yada. But like, at some point you can kind of tell, like, it's not, they're being fake. They're not being themselves because, I have to look a certain way. I have to do this. Like, even EJ, when he wins like a regular title, he does not celebrate or anything like he did last year's, what was it, the one in Indiana, the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open.
Like, that's a totally different, that's him. When Simon won this weekend, like, that screaming and yelling, like, that's true, like, who he is, which is great. I think we need that. Like, people say bowling's boring. It's not boring when they're just screaming and yelling and throwing their hands in the air and grabbing trophies. Like, nope.
Yeah.
I think people also forget that Simon wasn't at practice last week.
Oh, because he went to the premiere.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Like,
and still won the whole thing.
So good.
Yeah, he really is. Brian says that's the point. 30-minute show is the storytelling part, leaves you wanting more. And yeah, it's, it does. They, I was in your boat, Ryan. 30 minutes was up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need more of this. And of course I'm going to tune in next week. And that's what Ben wants, right?
Yeah. I mean, it works, right? It absolutely works.
Sure. We do that all the time, even in this kind of thing. He says he does Kyle's song Pick It Out. There's a music video.
It was, part of it was in there.
Yeah, we were laughing at that. That's funny.
Hosan says, yes, Imo just proved it. 1 week lost by a 710. Next week won by 290. And yeah, boy, you got to feel for Santu shooting 279 losing.
I won't lie. I was rooting for Santu.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest. Never met the guy. I've seen him one time in my life, but God, he does not look like a bowler, and he makes that bowling ball look like a freaking marble. And it's just fun to watch when he can get it left and hook the absolute shit out of it. It's so fun to watch.
But same can be said for Simo. It's fun to watch him just do all the kind of little trickery and gadget stuff to adapt to whatever pattern he's on. And and I'm really glad that they talked about the oil and the oil patterns, because it's just, that's, I think, the thing that we're constantly going to be fighting is the fact that league bowling on a house shot to the casual observer looks like bowling on the PBA Tour. And somehow we need to get more people to understand that, those two things couldn't be more different.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I think I talked about it last time when I was on the show. Like, everybody compares bowling and golf. Like, I'll say it, like I've said it a million times. I could bowl EJ Tackett 10 games. I may win one because of a bad break or something like that. I could play the worst PGA player, and I'm never going to beat them in a round of golf. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, they're that good. The professionals are so much better.
Yeah.
So, and like Ron Hicklin's been posting about the guys that were at his thing, and he talks about, like, I think his post today said something about there's a difference between a professional and like being able or having mastery of it. I'm like, and that's what these guys have.
Yeah.
Like, sure, we all can shoot 300 or we've had 800s or yada, yada, yada. But like, these guys do it like it's nothing. I mean, look at the 300s going on today. They shoot 240 and they're losing pins. Like, that's how good all of these guys are. Yeah. I'm over here going, man, I wish I could shoot 240 every Friday night.
I was so busy at work today that I didn't get to watch, which like never happens. And I got on Facebook, like, just to take a quick break. And the first thing I see is a post about how there were 9 300s in the first block.
Oh my God.
9.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Like,
that is a
what? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Our tour season on the women's tour, I don't even think had 9 300s last year.
And you got to wonder, is it the patterns are easier? Is it they're getting better at carving out more area? Is it that they're throwing the ball better? Is it that the bowling balls are even better? So many factors can get into that. But the one thing that remains constant is these guys like Simonson, these guys like EJ Tackett, they're not just throwing the high scores, they're leaps and bounds above most of their competition.
Yes.
100%.
And
Yep.
just
I think the best was there was the one like preview for the I don't remember exactly where it was, but they were talking to EJ and he was like, yeah, you know, after my last couple of years, I know these guys are just going to keep going. So I just had to make sure I worked harder this summer so that way they can't catch me. Yep. And I'm like, dude, that reminds me of Tiger Woods back in like 2000, where he's winning golf tournaments by 18 shots because he was just that much above everybody until they caught up. And I think we're finally starting to see people figure out how to do that. Like, how do I get caught up? How can I strike that one extra time, you know? Because that's really what it is with these guys. Like, they're all averaging 9.7, 9.8, you know, on their first ball, but they need that one extra hit to get them over the hump.
Yep. Yeah. And those that get it prevail, just like the championship match on Sunday. And
right.
Those who don't end up losing with 279, which is tough. I'm glad you brought up Hicklin because I noticed his comment right after the show too. He called it a missed opportunity. He saw it as something that didn't level up the sport. Did you see that comment from him?
I did. I saw. Yeah, I saw his, and somebody else kind of said the same thing.
Yeah, Randy Brown, I think, was along those lines too.
Yeah, like a lot of people are talking about, like, oh, they should have got away from the beer drinking, the league bowl, and I think you have to acknowledge your past in order to move into the future.
Sure.
That's where I'm at with that. Like, I get it. They kind of hit it and then left, you know, which to me, that's good storytelling. So,
yeah. Yeah. And I think the point he was referring to was when you saw Simo go through the drive-through and ask for cookies.
It had me dying.
But yeah, these guys have personality. They're characters. It's, you know, it just brings out more than just having people, you know, walking the straight and narrow every day of their lives and eating celery and throwing the bowling ball. You know, that's just not reality.
Nope.
Yeah. Who is this? Let's go. Ryan says ROJ2E.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't tell by the picture.
That's hard. Reveal yourself, ROJ2E.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who's
You've
like
got fans.
Yeah,
right.
You are.
It looks like Strassel from like this.
It
little,
does.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know.
All right.
I have no idea.
Well, yeah, let's.
But thanks. Woo, go me.
You know, I've got to ask because, you know, the first player you brought up was Cam, and it's obvious that, you know, you guys have a tight relationship with him. You've known him for years. And I know that things with Cam haven't been great right now. He's dealing with a situation in Indiana that I really kind of fleshed out in total when the court documents came out. But what has it been like for you guys who know him personally and, you know, having that feeling like, hey, we've got to support him now more than ever?
You want to take that one?
Yeah. I think it's hard just because it really makes you like step back and see who in the bowling community is going to support you when you need it. You know, I think that as a bowler, as people that we compete, like the first time I ever saw it was when I made my first show, of like the people that I thought supported me didn't really support me. People need to be there for him, like his closest friends and family, like they need to be there because he obviously needs that support. Because whatever he is truly going through, none of us really know. Like, and I think that that's the big picture. Like, none of us really know. But what we do know about Cam is he's a great human, and he has been nothing but great. He has helped me prepare so much for my own bowling. I bowled a ton against him. We practiced. Like, I've learned so much from him that just because of one thing, like people make mistakes, things happen. And I think that the way it blew up, it honestly just kind of ridiculous, to be honest. I will be very honest and very shocked that it didn't hit the internet right away. It took probably close to 7 hours before it actually hit the internet. But his closest friends, we all knew, like we knew right away. And all we could do is kind of sit back and be there for him and let him know that we're there to support him.
Yeah. The post you put out there on Facebook, you could tell it came from the heart. It was, a really passionate, statement that, hey, this is a human who's been so good to me and my family and my child. Is that something you have to explain, or does your child just, do you not touch that with them?
I don't touch it.
Yeah. No.
She knows Cam. She knows Cam, and she loves him. And thankfully, we're not at the bowling alley right now as much with her, because normally it's during the college season and the high school season that she's there a lot, which is when she spends a lot of time with him, because obviously that's where we are. And he's normally gone at this time anyways. So she doesn't know any different, and she's not going to know any different, because Cam is Cam, and she loves him and adores him, and he's great to her. So as long as that stays the same, that relationship will stay the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, that had a lot of us wondering, oh my gosh, the documentary's coming up. What's going to happen? And, for all intents and purposes, as far as the viewers are concerned, there was no difference. We didn't see a disclaimer. We didn't see him edited out or anything like that. Was that something that was a relief to you, or just something that you kind of expected?
I didn't expect them to make any changes, honestly.
Yeah, same. I was like, they'll just let it go.
Yeah. Okay. So apart from, Born to Bowl, which again, you can see on HBO Mondays at 8 p.m. This is the time where we're leading up to the PWBA Tour, and that's something that really you both have a stake in. Melanie, of course, you're on the lanes. Ryan, you're supporting, as you talked.
Always here.
What does that look like for both of you as the weeks get closer to when you head to Rockford and get ready to start up the season?
So now that the college season is over, and I just dropped off like 8 bowling balls at Coach Will's, the next couple of weeks I've really been doing a lot of mental preparation this year. I started working with Mastery Performance. I'm a brand ambassador for them, and so I've been meeting with them pretty much every week. Just kind of getting myself prepared mentally, because I hadn't been able to spend a lot of time on the lanes, knowing with sectionals and like our college season, like that is always a priority. So when they're in season, I don't spend a lot of time on the lanes, and that's just personal preference. Like I'm spending so much time there that my brain capacity to practice on my own, like it's really challenging. So I kind of step away a little bit while I am in the heart of the college season. So the next 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, I don't even know how much time there is. I really should know, but I have no clue. I know registration is tomorrow for Rockford. So I'll be spending pretty much my practice time for the college girls becomes my practice time. So it's easy because I know the centers have lanes available. Strike and Spare has been nothing but great. If I give them a pattern, they put it out for me. If I ask to use Specto, I get it. I have Coach Will that I've been working with for the last almost full year. I'm going to start seeing him more regularly now that we're not in season. And so I'm excited just because I feel like I finally understand all of the bowling balls. Last year, I think that was something I struggled with a little bit. I also feel like my knee injury, I'm doing better. I still have some times that I have a little struggles with it, but I feel ready and excited for it.
Yeah. And Ryan means something to you too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's status quo for me. Like, she goes out, like, especially because they start in May. I'm still teaching. I got to make sure Rylan's getting her into the school year stuff. In the end of the school year for a teacher, like, it's busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
And there's been a thing on Facebook talking about my mama didn't raise a quitter. She raised a complainer. That is me. I will 100% complain, but I'll get it done. Like, my life doesn't really change much, just being a parent. She's going to do her thing. Please go do that. I know if I wanted to go and attempt that, she would be saying go for it. Once summer hits and I'm free from the work life, it's watch Bull TV and scream at the TV when I think she's in the wrong ball or not far enough left, because that's always her problem. She's never far enough left. But I ride and die on how she's bowling. I mean, I said it the last time when she made the one step later, I stopped golfing. Now, anybody that knows me, if I stop golfing, my brain has got to be somewhere else. So, I look forward to it. It's fun. Do I miss her when she's gone? A little bit. Just a little, though. But Rylan and I sit here and we watch every single friggin' shot that we can, even when we don't want to.
Hassan said in Make the Drive, when Melanie makes the show, he's no longer allowed to do that.
Yeah, right. We discussed that. I'm not allowed to drive up there.
Yeah,
nope.
So if I ever
stay away.
When I make my next show, Ryan will not be there.
Even in Rockford?
No. I made the show in Peoria, and he did not come. I don't know what it was. Like, my mindset completely changed when he was there, and not anything bad, but just like when you're so focused on one thing and then one little dynamic changes, it really can kind of mess with your brain when you're
She's just trying to impress me. That's really what's going on. I mean, I understand.
So I have made 2 other shows since then. He was not there, and I have at least won one match in both of them. So yeah, I did have Walter Ray Williams at my second show, so that was really cool.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so Brian says 1000% MM, and I believe that's when we were talking about Cam. Rocky says Cam will always have our support. We are human. Coach Ryan. Who's Coach Ryan?
That's me.
That's you?
Yes.
Okay.
I wear the coach hat. I even got one of my players design this hat. I'm wearing it right now.
Cool.
Anchor down. Woo.
Yeah. No worries, Mel. While you are on the road, we go golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost wore my golf Coolwick polo today.
Okay.
So
right.
Love those things.
And make the drive when Melanie makes the show. Well, we already kind of counted that out. Yep. And
that ended up costing me so much money. I don't know if people actually know that. That cost me like $400 because I had to get my truck towed, and then I had to get a new alternator in my truck.
Oh no.
Such a great story, though.
He called me. I sent him to Target. He called me and was like, my truck won't start.
Oh no.
And maybe that's like
as she's about to prepare for her first final, right? I'm like, do I just walk back? Because it was like a mile and a half.
Yeah.
And the show started in like 20 minutes. And listen, I'm not in shape to be running a mile and a half. Like that was back in 2005 when I was in PE. And I'm like, I got to get back somehow. And of course, I don't have anybody else's cell phone number. So I'm like, well, sorry, honey, calling you. Then I don't even know who came and picked me up. I don't remember.
Kayleen and Melissa.
Oh yeah, I was like,
tour roommates.
But I'm like, what? But that's the stuff that she's talking about. Like something silly changes your mindset. You're so locked in, and then all of a sudden now you're not. Your attention is not 100% anymore, and it has to be, especially against the women. I mean, we talked about the guys bowling already. Those girls are just as good.
Easily. And I would encourage anyone, if you haven't been to a PWBA tour stop, regional stop, go check it out. You'll be absolutely impressed. Melanie, you said that you figured out the bowling balls. Anything with physical game, does this still look like your game in the 2026 season?
Oh gosh, I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, right there it is.
Some dude standing around.
I was like, that is not me. That's some guy. We have made some changes, so there definitely will be, maybe not as noticeable. I had just started working more with Coach Will at that point, right before that event, and we had made some really drastic changes right before I went to Minnesota. So just getting the ball into the lane a little bit quicker. When I'm playing further right, I still struggle with it a little bit, but it's nice because when I can loft the fronts, I can stay right a little bit longer. But it's when I get left is when I start to struggle a little bit more. So I think there's going to be some changes that I'm excited for that hopefully will help be able to continue to stay and get further left.
Okay. And that'll keep Ryan happier, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's always in my brain. Every time if I feel like I need to make a move, it's all right. Ryan's telling me to move further left.
It's always left. Like it's not one or two boards. It's a move the zone, get away from where you're at.
Yeah. And it's funny because this is one of those events. This is the Minnesota Regional. And I remember it very clearly. Like it was one of those events I felt like I threw the ball great and just nothing.
And got 9.
Like I just couldn't score. So.
Oh, that was a great event. And I saw you throwing the ball really well.
Yeah.
She's going to do something here. But like we said at the outset, bowling pins just don't listen sometimes.
Yeah.
Brian said Mason is signed up for both pro-ams for Rockford. We cannot wait.
It's a lot of
shocked
bowling.
by that. Is anybody shocked by this? No. What makes me mad about that pro-am though is it's on a Thursday, right?
Oh, that's hard.
And again, like I get why. Like I'm not mad or anything. I don't want people to think that. But it's just like, dang, it sucks because like I would love to go, but like I got to work the next morning. Like so you drive to Rockford, which is it's only an hour and a half, but you're there all night, and then all of a sudden it's 10 o'clock, 10:30, and then you got to get home at noon, and then I got to educate the future of America. Like, no thanks.
You get home at noon.
Or whatever, midnight. You know, my brain shut off like 3 hours ago, okay?
That's some post-game stuff going on. Hosan says, I am waiting, Chris, for the Queens Pro-Am details still.
Oh.
It is coming.
Okay.
Chris for Bowl Forward hosted a Pro-Am last year. I know that there are details coming. I know that I am bowling.
Okay.
Woo! Vegas.
Cool. All right. Don't tell anyone, but we're playing hooky that day.
Are we shocked?
And if it wasn't, if it was in April, I would absolutely have no problem playing hooky. But man, the end of May when it's like finals week and all that stuff, I'm like, oh no, my boss would be so mad.
It's April 30th.
Whatever. It's the end. It's the last couple weeks of the school year. You know what I'm doing for a month? Prepping.
Yeah. It's important work. All right. Brent says duck.
Yeah. Duck.
I made that jersey just for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have an obsession with those big giant ducks. I don't get it.
I still have some in our bathroom.
Yeah. The green one, a gold one.
Yeah, I won them at my very first time at Cedarvale Lanes, and they didn't have them this time when I was there.
Yeah. Look at the bad influence here. You have all summer.
I mean, I do, but can't miss those days.
Yeah, I get it. Ryan, let's kind of get into your stuff a little bit because you had a very successful high school season this year. Tell us about your team and what they did during the season.
Well, where to start? We sucked for a good amount of the season. And when I say sucked, I mean we just were not at our potential yet. It took us a while to really find our groove, and that's perfectly okay with me. That was my plan all along.
Okay, and remind us which school you're coaching for.
So I coach at Lockport Township High School. My first year as head coach. I volunteered the last 2 years as an assistant. past coach Ron Davis had to step down. And so I got to slide on in, which thankfully for me, I mean, it's great news. But so I've worked with these guys for 2 years previously, which is super helpful, right?
Yeah.
And I don't remember who started the trust the process thing. I can't take credit for it. She has them. She gets them from the girls. I don't know who it was, but I told all of them at the beginning of the year, just trust the process. Told the parents, just trust the process. And I do weird things. Like I'm not trying to push them to shoot 6,500 day one. I'm not trying to push them to all be averaging 250 day two. Like, no, we have to build the confidence. We have to build, your skill sets and understanding of bowling. And I think that is one of my little superpowers is like every kid learns differently. And that's what I do for a living. So every kid got something different. Like I even had multiple parents go, well, you treat the kids differently than this one. And I go, you're damn right I do. I'm like, there are some kids I can walk up, grab them by the shirt and say, what the F are you doing? And then there's other kids I have to like pat them on the shoulder and be like, it'll be okay, man. Like you'll get them next time, right? Like you have to have that soft side, but then I have my you're an asshole coach side. But in reality, we actually won I still have it, and I'm never going to get rid of it. We won what's called the Jump Award at a tournament. Okay. So if you've never heard of it, I had never heard of it because I've never paid attention to those things. It is the team who would have moved up the most with their scores from the second half. So we bowled the tournament. We were like 18th out of like 40 teams. And our second half, after I had a nice conversation with them before they started, they bowled so good that they would have ended up in 7th place. But because there's a bracketed tournament, it didn't work. So we get this award for being the most improved. And I think that was the kind of the turning point where they started seeing, oh, we can do this. And they worked their butts off, every single one of them. I mean, from our 18th high average all the way to our top average, every single one of them worked. We get into conference tournament and we come in 4th place. We get 4th by like 3 pins. We didn't even get a little medal, nothing. And, everybody's sad. We're not happy. And as I reminded them at the beginning of the year, I go, none of this matters until regionals, which is the next weekend. So we're hosting regionals, which I'm a huge fan. I'll admit it until I'm blue in the face. I'm a huge fan of hosting a tournament that you have to win and to move on.
Sure.
So hooray for us. We shoot 6,400. We haven't shot 6,200 all year. Okay. Now, granted, it's at our home house, but we still were not shooting 6,400s.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker to that. We lost by almost 500 pins to Lincoln Way. Yeah, they shot 68-70 or something like that.
Oh.
Good for them, right?
Right.
So we move on. Great, thank you. Now we go to sectionals. We get second in sectionals. We shoot 59-70. Nobody shoots 6,000 at this place. So you have teams that were just shooting 6,800 and they can't shoot 6,000 the next week. Tell me every bowling alley is the same, right?
Just isn't.
They are not. But for that week to prep those guys, I had them bowling on Red Square. Hold on, before I forget, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Joe, and all the guys at Strike and Spare for that. Red Square. And then on Tuesday, I think Chris put out the 50-foot flat from U.S. Open. Or he had whoever was oiling put it out. And on Tuesday, I remember all of them looking at me and just going, we hate you right now. I had parents sending me messages going, I don't know what you're doing to the kids, but they're ready to quit. This is too hard for them. And I get it. It was extremely difficult. And that was the point because they had to make spares that weekend. Yes. So Wednesday was more of the same. Here's a 37-foot flat pattern. Thursday, here's more of the same. Here's another 45 squibble, I don't even know what, Scrabble pattern, whatever you want to call it, right? We built on all the hardest stuff. And then Saturday comes and they just paced away, shot 980, 980, 970, 970, 980. Because they made their freaking spares. Mm-hmm. Like, hooray. Yeah. And then we finally make it to the state tournament, and they shoot their highest game of the season, 1250 to come out the gate, and everybody's elated. All the boys, everybody's screaming, yelling, yada, yada. And I just looked at them and I go, I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but you're only going to be in first by about 20 pins. We were in first by 13 because 1250, the state tournament is, you have to get your scores early at St. Clair. Mm-hmm. And they took that, they understood what I meant, and they shoot 1090, 1100 the next game, then they shoot 1170, and they just kept pouring it on, and not once did they give up. I mean, we were in first place going into the second to last game. We were down 13 going into the last game, and they fought tooth and nail, and the other team they outbowled us, and we got second by 67 pins. I had a senior Austin get third individually, and when we got done, I had no idea that he was in third. Like, yeah, I knew he was bowling well, but I had no clue because it's just about the team environment.
Yeah.
Like during our lunch break, before the final round of 3 games, I pulled them all together and I made parents leave. I'm like, nope, this is a team-only conversation. And I said, I don't care who you are. I don't care what place you're in individually. If you don't got it, you're being pulled. Like, this is a team environment. We have to win a team title, a team trophy. And all 8 of them shook their heads and said, we got you, coach. Like, I have the greatest group of kids from 1 to 18. When we go into like the small, like regional sectionals, we only get 8. They are the greatest 8 kids, all of them. And I'm looking forward to next year with the returners, looking forward to the next 3-4 years. Like, I can only see 4 years, right? The next 4 years are going to be awesome. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and they are just great kids. They have great families. Like, I could sit here and talk for hours about how awesome our families are. So, yeah.
Melanie, what do you see in him when he's coaching, when, he gets to these moments that he's talking about? I mean, that's got to be different stuff, right?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen a lot of it.
True.
Hearing him talk about this,
it's really cool because, like, I kind of preach the same, and I think he kind of, like, we've talked so much about bowling between our teams, my team, like his team, and we've always talked about how, like, nothing really matters until you hit regional sectionals. Like, it's the same way in college bowling in reality. Like, nothing matters till sectionals. I don't think I've ever been so nervous. So we got snowed out from going to Kentucky the weekend of his sectionals. So I did get to go to that, and that was really cool to kind of like see. And I'm like, all they need is a good game this last game. And all the parents were like freaking out. They're like, no, like, they're not going to make it. I'm like, no, I think we're good. Like,
mind you, hold on real quick. Mind you, our sectional, first, second, and third were all separated by less than 6 pins. It was 3 pins from first to second. Second to third was 3 pins. Like, so everybody had a reason to be freaking out. I was 100% freaking out.
He was freaking out.
I was. Thanks, Rylan.
But it's such a different perspective, right? Like, we were supposed to go to the state tournament. Like, that was the plan, because we weren't supposed to have a college tournament that weekend. And then I had a college tournament that weekend because we got snowed out, and I had to make sure that we got an event in, so we had enough points. Sitting and waiting for those scores to come in at the end was horrific. Mind you, a lot of the girls on my college team, they know all these kids. Like, a lot of them have bowled against them or bowled with them. So everybody's refreshing their phones. I couldn't even drive because I was just so antsy. Like, is he going to do this? So we've talked about this for so long, about how he just wants that big trophy. Like, and last year they didn't even make it to state, and the year before they were so close. Like, so it's just like, it makes me realize that he does know what he's talking about.
Shocker. Shocking. I want you should clip that and send it over to me, and I'll just put it as my, like, ringtone.
I suppose you kind of need that now that it's out there. But
right. It's on the internet. It's there forever.
But I was so nervous. Like, we're dry. My assistant coach is driving because I just couldn't even, like, I couldn't focus. I'm like, are they going to do this? Or are they going to do this? Yeah. But he's definitely way harder of a coach than I am. But I think there's a very big difference of coaching men versus women, like, or yes, boys versus women. So you kind of have to be, right? Like, yep, our coaching styles are in a way similar, but in a way very different when it comes to talking to the kids. And so, yeah, it makes me so proud though, because this is something he's talked about for so long, about like his dream of coaching at, or teaching at his high school and coaching and taking that over. And, you know, at the beginning of the year, he's like, I don't know. He was freaking out about taking over this program. And I was like, I started a college program. You can do this. It's not a big deal. Like,
no big deal.
And it's been great. Like, are we busy? Yeah, really busy. But thankfully, his mom is so supportive of everything and super helpful. So anytime that we can't get Rylan, she gets her. You know, so
yes, she does.
How it goes.
Yeah, that's Rylan, by the way.
Yep, I figured.
I'm sitting on the couch.
So it's been really fun to kind of watch him go from an assistant coach to the head coach and being able to make the decisions and seeing how much those kids really do respect him. And they practice all the time. I mean, I'm in that center a lot. They practice with the team and then they all leave and they come back. And almost always those boys have Culver's ice cream. Always when they come back.
They get Culver's all the
I
time.
love Culver's ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they become like our little family. It's kind of like my college girls. I tell them, like, I want you guys to be a family. And they all, my girls know Ryan, his kids know me. Like, and they always ask.
You actually
they
bowled the
always
pro-am with a
ask.
couple of them last year.
Yeah, I got to bowl in Green Bay with them last year. It's so cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, gotta point that out, right?
Yep, that's cool.
It's the high school jersey for Fall Creek, Altoona, and Memorial.
Love
They
it.
finished out their season. Hosan says, I am curious how different of Melanie and Ryan coaching now. So we kind of got into that a little bit into the styles, but I would think you go with what's necessary. Ryan, you talked a little bit about how on some kids it's patting them on the shoulder, saying it's going to be all right, and others it's, you know, grabbing them by the shirt.
Yeah.
I remember watching a documentary on Vince Lombardi and somebody referencing a quote from a player saying he coaches all of us the same like dogs. But Jerry Kramer came in and said that couldn't be farther from the truth. He was able to, you know, figure out what made each of us tick. And it was kind of like you explained. You find what works and you do that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, especially with kids nowadays. I mean, what I do for a living is work with the kids who are valedictorian level knowledge, all the way down to kids who haven't been in school for more than 5 days over 3-4 years, right? So, like, you can't teach those two the same way, but they're in your classroom together, so you better figure it out. And it comes down to coaching that way. Like, I remember I played baseball for the longest time, right? And every coach back in the day, now we're talking, you know, 20 plus years ago, where coaches could be spitting in your face when they're yelling at you.
Mm-hmm.
You do that today, you're getting fired.
Yeah.
Like, some of the stuff that I do is very borderline. Like, I worry. She can tell you, I come home and I'm like, oh my God, I said this, I probably shouldn't have. And she quickly reminds me, like, but yet you're at, you know, hanging out with their parents in the background, right, when you were done. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right. Like, every kid is so different. And here's the beauty of that. That's my favorite part of this job, is getting to know what makes that kid tick. And, like, have I figured all 18 of those kids out? No, I haven't. But I've got 7 freshmen that I get to keep for 4 years, right? And then you've got 6 sophomores that you learn, and you learn a little bit more, and you learn a little bit more. And, like, watching them grow up is, again, that's the best part of coaching in high school. Now, college is, I'm assuming, nearly the same. You know, you're dealing with way different problems, life problems. But the high school stuff, like, it's just, like I said, you know, you're starting to see the kids, they're driving now. They're going to prom. And the guy side, they're worried about, you know, the girlfriend or boyfriend situation that they got. You know, where are we going to eat tonight? What video game we play? And, like, they want me to play on their Clash of Clans. And I go, listen, I would love to, but that goes against school code. And they're like, there's no way. So I have to, like, show them, like, we can't be on the same things together, you know? So it's those little life lessons, you know, and then and great part is, which college are they going to go to? Are they going to go to college? Like, you know, you get the kid who doesn't think they can bowl in college, and then I show them a video or a score sheet of kids averaging 130 in college. I'm like, hey, man, go out there and try it. It's all you can do. So it's been good.
I reminded Sean Walkner on this show years ago that I still have one more year of eligibility left if you're willing to recruit me. And he said, you know, there are many UW schools that would love to have you on.
Go for it. I still have 1 year of singles eligibility. I said I think I'm going to wait till I'm 50, and then I'm going to get, you know, I'll have to add classes onto my master's plus, you know, because you got to constantly do it. I'm like, and then I'm going to go bowl with the kids.
Yeah.
And just enjoy every second of it. Like, I seriously considered doing it last year, and I won't lie, I pussied out. Excuse my language. I did. She was so encouraging. She's like, you should go do it. Go do it. It'll be so much fun. I'm like, I hadn't bowled, you know, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm going to wait till I'm a little older. Then I'm just going to go enjoy it. I hope it's still around, right? Like, I hope it's still around. But
yeah,
give me another, you know, like 12 years.
Yeah, better be still around because
I hope so.
I'd love to see it, you know. All right. Well, let's kind of go into this part of the show that we've done from the start called Off the Sheet.
Let's go off the sheet. Challenge a bowler to appear on a future episode.
I would like to challenge Will Madison.
I would say Diana Zavulova.
The Better Russo, Lauren Russo.
We're looking for anyone who has a passion for the sport and a unique story to tell.
Well, I suppose it's a fair question to ask you. Is Lauren really the better Russo?
I cannot say what I want to say. But yes, the answer is yes.
Okay.
I think they're pretty equal. They both have won on tour.
That's true.
What she said.
What she said. Okay. Yeah. All right. So anyway, off the sheet, you guys both know what this is about. I can't remember who you challenged in your last appearances, or if they've come on. Maybe you remember. Do you?
I think I said Spicy Joe.
Okay.
I do think you said that. I think I said Lindy Deuce, if I remember correctly.
All right. And neither of them have come on yet. So, I mean, you know, this is kind of up to you. You could kind of double up on both of them, or if you have a new one that you'd like to, you know, present to the group, feel free. The floor is yours.
You got to get Mike McClure.
You gotta get Spicy Joe over there.
So loud. Yeah, Mike McClure. So he just signed, what was that, Rex Bowling, to do videos for Motive.
Oh, cool.
For the Rex Bowling.
Yeah.
And he's just an interesting character. He's also one of the smartest people that you'll meet, and one of the most humblest, nicest guy ever. So, okay. And he'd be fun to just chit chat with. And I got lots of stuff I could send you if you need it.
Ooh, that's even better.
Got all the deets.
Funny because I've known him
we are the
longer.
McTriple with him, McClure and the McDaniels.
Okay. The McTriple. Yeah, that's fun. All right, Melanie.
Oh gosh. Melissa Kammerer and Kayleen Bishop. You should do them together.
Okay.
Kammerer.
They're tour roommates. Well, I'm included, but
yeah. And how come? What
well, Melissa also is a college coach.
Okay.
She coaches at Long Island University. She also is a record holder at women's nationals. I don't remember her score, but she shot an 800 at women's nationals.
Wasn't it?
It was high. It was a very high score. Include
Hosan.
Too funny.
Melanie Trio Show.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
And Kayleen, she's a forensic scientist, and I think it's really cool, like
Big brain.
just all the knowledge that she has, and just like she loves the sport of bowling. She is such a great person, so I think both of them would be awesome to have on the show.
Okay.
Kayleen was here for like a week.
Yeah.
And Melanie had to like work and stuff, and like so I'm just hanging out. It's like middle of summer, so I have nothing to do, and I'm like, hey, sorry, like, don't mind me. We're watching Jeopardy for fun, and she's like rattling off answers to questions, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you really are big brain.
Kayleen would take me out and I would ride my scooter almost every day.
Yep, there you go. The scooter.
I loved it. It would be so much fun.
How do you get to a 9-year-old's heart? Just let her ride her scooter.
Yeah.
I was only 8 at the time.
Whatever.
Well, I'll tell you, we love smart people on this show, and that's why you got to be on a second time.
Perfect.
Big brains. Yeah. Next week, we've got another smart guy who's, again, making a return to the show. We're bringing back the great Charlie Tapp from Michigan, Wednesday, March 25th. I think I got the date right. I hope I did. Yeah, a week from today, 7 p.m. Central. He'll be in. He's always got great stories to tell. So don't miss that one. But thank you so much for coming back on, chatting with me. Kind of a little back and forth, not quite as much as we had in the individual episodes, but
it's we're still in the not that part of our season yet. The summertime is when that happens.
Yeah, you're still in the gentle part.
Yeah, well, I don't get to drink bourbon every night, so.
Oh, okay.
But summertime.
Oh no.
He knows. Hey, hold on. Before we leave, I have to get this out there.
Please.
For the first time in our relationship, we bowled on a sport pattern that started with a 3. It was 37 feet, and I beat her by 300 pins. First time I ever beat her on a short pattern.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to ride that wave for the rest of my life, just so we're all clear.
I have not lived this down in my house.
Nope.
Melanie, you got to understand it's just that kind of thing is important to us. Mrs. F was a high school basketball player, starred for her team, I believe, either all 4 years or 3 years on varsity. They went to the state tournament in her senior year. I have beaten her in horse once. Once.
Listen.
And it is my favorite basketball memory of all time.
If I had been practicing, he had zero chance.
See?
And see, here's what this. Now you wanted some spicy stuff. Here's the problem. She's talking about practicing. I literally have 24 games in of league this year.
Okay.
What is practice? You know what I did? I grabbed my purple hammer like everybody else in the world, and I threw my purple hammer, and
I can't throw that.
It just worked fine. You have the concept and the level and all the other things. Practice. Just pick up the ball and you throw it.
78.
Yeah, name them. There's a million of them now.
Okay, my concept was back ordered. It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh man.
No excuse.
No excuse.
Exactly.
Yep.
Practice.
Yep. It's not an asterisk because
one time he will not beat me again.
Okay.
He's lucky I'm not bowling on.
You're gonna have to have us on next year.
Yes.
And we'll see how this goes.
Oh, totally. Anytime.
Maybe with me this time.
Yeah, right. We'll get Ryland in.
Okay. Yeah. We will. All right. Cool. Well, hey, it's been a blast as always. Certainly no surprises at that, but best of luck moving forward, both in the high school coaching on your side, Brian, on PWBA Tour and the college stuff, and have all the success. We'll be here for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you, and thanks everyone for watching. We will see you again next.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Fef. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Fef is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Bullwinkle's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, the official bowling center of Bowling with the Fef. Jerry's Score More Pro Shop, the Eau Claire area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988, and Visionary Video Hub, video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform